Welcome back. This is John again, and this time we have a Reed's Sailmaker sewing machine. I believe these are from the 1970s sometime, and it's a pretty basic straight and zigzag machine, and as the name implies, I guess they were sold to boaters to have on their boats. Now, it's a Japanese sewing machine made in Japan, and so it's a fairly generic zigzag from that era. And what Reed's did was, I don't know if they did this on all of their machines, but this particular model, or this particular machine that I picked up here, has a large flywheel on the side of it, and that's to give it extra inertia when supposedly somebody's sewing a sail or making canvas covers or something for their boat. So that wheel gives the machine extra punching power when it's running. And it's got a fairly heavy-duty motor on it too. It's a Dayton motor, and I think Dayton is a U.S. company. So I presume the company J&J Reed, which it says down here on the little tag, from Southampton, England, they picked these machines up, or had them imported from Japan. They put a Dayton motor on it and this large hand wheel. One interesting thing is the hand wheel is drilled and tapped so it can have this handle put on it, threaded onto it, and I'll show how that works a little bit later. So let me get the camera set up and we'll do some sewing. Okay, we've got this threaded already, but I'll just go through it. The thread starts on the pin in the back, goes through these two guides, goes on the right side of the tension disc, comes up the bottom, hooks around the spring, check spring, and then goes underneath this hook, comes up through another guide here, goes up through the take-up lever, back down through the guide, and then down through another guide here, another guide down, way down here at the bottom, and then through the needle. And it goes through the needle left to right. And we'll start with a straight stitch, and just a normal stitch length. This thing flies right along, and with this large flywheel, once it gets going, it takes a little bit to stop it. So you have to be prepared to either grab the hand wheel if you need to stop quickly, or let it coast to a stop on its own. I'll just let off on the pedal and you can see how long it takes for it to coast. Not a terribly long time, but the newer machines, when you take your foot off the pedal, they usually stop in just a stitch or two or three. So if you get it going really fast, then it takes quite a bit longer for it to coast to a stop. That was full speed. Okay, now we'll try zigzag. When we switch to zigzag, we always want the needle out of the fabric. And you can push this lever down and then crank the lock. I have it all the way down to the maximum zigzag width, and then I just crank the lock down. If you want to, you can just spin the dial slowly to select what zigzag width you want. So now we have maximum zigzag width, and I'll just go ahead and go maximum stitch length also. And if you're having trouble getting the top and bottom tensions correct, the best way to do it is to do a zigzag like this, and then you inspect the bottom side and the top side, and if the bottom side's pulling through the top, then your bottom thread color will come through on the top. On this particular one I have blue on the bottom and green on the top, so I can tell if it's pulling through one direction or the other. Well, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I would like to show you is the handle that came with the large wheel. And it's just got a threaded hole on the side. So we have the Allen wrench, stick it into the bolt, thread it on to the hand wheel. Now there's one little problem with doing it this way, putting the handle right on the hand wheel, is it doesn't go very fast. Now this is about as fast as you can go. On the old machines that were hand crank, the handle was on a gear drive system, and so it would spin the hand wheel quite a bit faster than just a 1-to-1 like we have here. One crank of the hand wheel is one crank of the handle. So we'll go ahead and take that back off again. It'll work in a pinch, but I wouldn't want to sew a sail with just a hand crank on a boat. But when you have electricity, this thing really moves along. Now the only other thing I didn't point out was these two buttons are for dropping the feed dogs. That's down. This is up. Looks like it has an intermediate position also, which is for a light material, where you push this button all the way to bring the feed dogs all the way up. Reverse button. And the light switch is over on the side. This is your foot tension. Push the little collar to have the least amount of tension on it, and you push it all the way down to get the most tension on it. Well, one thing I didn't point out, it's got a left, center, and right position for the needles also, or for the needle position. So we can put it to the left and sew along the left side of the foot. Put it to the center position or the right position. So a J&J Reed limited sewing machine, Sailmaker model. And thank you for watching.